Why do you still pay with cash when you have People's Pay mobile app from People's Bank? Scan the Lanka QR code and make your payments with People's Pay mobile payment app from People's Bank.
In a few moments, the news.
Why do you still pay with cash when you have People's Pay mobile app from People's Bank?
This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
It's precisely 1:15. This is the news on Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. News is edited by Dulmin Samarasinghe and read by Sabrina Zawahir. The headlines. The Finance Minister says it is not possible to spend public money on state service for about another 1 year. New investment zones will be established for several sectors including organic fertilizer and medicine. Minister Bandula Gunawardena says that solution to the foreign exchange issue is to encourage exports. MP Vijitha Herath says that budget has not paid attention to development and welfare sectors. MP Sivanyanam Sridharan points out government could strengthen Sri Lanka's economy by working with Tamil diaspora investors. A survey on a Pavala phosphate deposit finds 25 million tons of phosphate. And in world news, climate deal talks pass deadline. And in sports, the Mahinda Rajapaksa Trophy, where Sri Lanka will take on Seychelles today. Now the local news in detail. Minister Basil Rajapaksa says that government is not in a position to spend money on state sector for about another 1 year. The retirement age of public servants was extended considering several factors. The minister was speaking during a news briefing today at the Government Information Department. He said that state employees will get more benefits by working up to 65 years. Replying to journalists, he said that the youth will be recruited by taking into account the number of employees who retire annually. Minister Rajapaksa said new investment zones will be established for several sectors, including organic fertilizer, medicine, textiles, rubber products, livestock, agriculture, equipment and aquaculture productions. Debate on the second reading of the budget commenced in Parliament this morning. Speaking during the debate, Minister Bandula Gunawardena said that solutions to the foreign exchange issue is to encourage exports. Export Villagers program has commenced to achieve the target. He said that concessions have been given to the people by reducing VAT. MP Shantha Bandara said 4 million rupees will be given to develop each village. 30 billion rupees have been allocated to solve teachers' and principals' salary anomalies. MP Vijitha Herath said that budget has not paid attention to development and the welfare sectors. Tamil National Alliance MP Sivanyanam Sridharan said that the government has the opportunity to embrace the Tamil people and advance the economy through the 2022 budget. He noted that the government, which is in power with a 2/3 majority, could further strengthen Sri Lanka's economy by working with Tamil diaspora and diaspora investors. Minister Chamal Rajapaksa says that new laws are being drafted to take legal action against persons who do not move out of landslide risk areas. Government has provided lands and housing for the people living in such areas. However, he said that some people prefer to live in risky areas due to various reasons. This news is brought to you by Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Why do you still pay with cash when you have People's Pay mobile app from People's Bank?
Continuing local news, debate on the second reading of Budget 2022 is scheduled to be held for 7 days from today until November 22nd. The vote on the second reading of the budget will take place at 5 p.m. on that day. Meanwhile, the committee-stage debate will commence on November 23rd and will continue for 16 days until December 10th. The vote on third reading will be taken on December 10th at 5 p.m. Minister Mahinda Ananda says that nearly 50% of vegetable and fruit produce gets damaged when transporting and by wild animals. The minister said that government has taken many steps to prevent damages to crops by wild animals. He said new electric fences are being built to minimize damages caused by the wild elephants. The minister further said that measures are underway to transport crops by trains to minimize damages when transporting the produce. With that, we conclude the local news. The main news story follows.
Why do you still pay with cash when you have People's Pay mobile app from People's Bank? Scan the Lanka QR code and make your payments with People's Pay mobile payment app from People's Bank.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Vidya Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
The survey conducted on a phosphate deposit by the Geological and Mines Bureau has been concluded. The deposit is spread over 4 square kilometers. It is estimated that it has about 25 million tons of phosphate, which is sufficient for 100 years. The country will be able to save 9 billion rupees annually spent to import TSP fertilizer by using this deposit methodically. That was our main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
Watch Life is brought to you by
Tertiary and Vocational Education Commission.
National Water Supply and Drainage Board announced that water supply to parts of Colombo and suburbs will be suspended for 28 hours from tonight. The water cut will be effective from 8 p.m. today until midnight tomorrow. Following areas are expected to be affected by the water cut: Colombo 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, Kotte and Kaduwela Municipal Council areas, Maharagama and Burlasgamua Urban Council areas. National Water Supply and Drainage Board said the water cut is imposed due to the leakage in the main transmission line that supplies water from Amatale to Kotte water tank. That came to you in Watchlight.
Please be aware on institutes, registration and accreditation when you are selecting vocational courses which leads to achieve your future career goals. Do not waste your valuable time and money. Confirm institutes, registration and accreditation by TVEC. For more information, visit nearest district divisional secretariat offices and meet career guidance practitioners or skill development officers. Message from Tertiary and Vocational Education Commission.
Coming up, World News.
The headlines of the world news: climate deal talks pass deadline. The UK averts Europe COVID trend but concerned over winter. Meghan tells ex-aide she wrote to estranged father to protect Harry. Now the world news in detail. A new draft agreement to avert the worst impacts of climate change is expected to be announced in the coming hours after talks at the COP26 summit in Scotland passed a Friday deadline. Sticking points have included subsidies for coal and other fossil fuels and financial help to poorer nations. On Friday, envoys from small island nations threatened by rising sea levels said their land was fast disappearing. While many European countries are seeing steep rises in coronavirus cases and preparing to step up COVID restrictions, the UK has been going in the other direction. Experts say differences in levels of immunity and people's behaviour are the likely explanations. The UK had been seeing the highest rates of cases and deaths in Europe, but recently these have been falling. However, Boris Johnson has warned there is no room for complacency. The Duchess of Sussex said she chose to write to her father, Thomas Markle, to protect Prince Harry from the royal family, consent berating over his media interviews. Meghan told ex-aide Jason Knopf the royals did not understand why she could not visit her estranged father's home in Mexico to make this stop. She also said she had seen the pain the situation was causing Prince Harry. The messages were released by a court yesterday after a media application. That ends World News. Prior to concluding the headlines of the World News once again. Climate deal talks pass deadline. The UK averts Europe COVID trend but concerned over winter. Meghan tells ex-aide she wrote to estranged father to protect Harry. With that, we conclude the World News.
Development News is brought to you by Let's take all out of the coconut tree and make the island thriving and prosperous. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
The government plans to initiate talks with foreign parties to obtain green bond financing facilities to fund green ongoing projects to meet the country's climate commitments and to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. Finance Minister Basil Rajapaksa said in Parliament yesterday that global collaboration is a must to find sustainable solutions to global issues such as climate change. That ends Development News.
Development News was brought to you by the coconut tree is well grown in almost all the parts of the island. It is an exceptional source of extra income. The shell, the husk and almost all the parts of the coconut tree makes you money, providing you with an excellent extra source of income. It will also help to nourish the economy of the country. You will be guided with all necessary informations regarding the coconut cultivation, with the novel cultivation techniques and all other related and upgraded informations by the Coconut Research Institute, Lunavilla. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
Moving on with sports news.
Sri Lanka national soccer team will make their second appearance against Seychelles in the Four Nations International Football Tournament for Mahinda Rajapaksa Trophy at the Racecourse grounds today. The kick-off is scheduled at 9 p.m. under lights. The first match will be played between Maldives and Bangladesh at 4 p.m. and both teams are looking for their maiden victory. Sri Lanka women's cricket team will leave for Zimbabwe on Monday to take part in the ICC Women's World Cup qualifier, which is scheduled to be held from November 21st to December 5th in Harare. Sri Lanka is grouped with Netherlands, Ireland, West Indies, Papua New Guinea in Group A. Group B comprises Bangladesh, Pakistan, Thailand, USA and Zimbabwe. The top three teams from the qualifier will progress to the 2022 Women's Cricket World Cup in New Zealand from March 4th to April 3rd. That ends Sports News.
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to September 30th, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency through NSB U Trust for 6 months consecutively. Send more money and increase the chances of winning.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Flexicare Lanka, which is a fully owned subsidiary of Flexicare Group UK, has set up a state-of-the-art modern manufacturing facility in Bandaragama with a total investment of $15 million. This is the first time Sri Lanka's history of manufacturing that such a state-of-the-art medical device production plant begins operation in the country. 90% of its productions will be exported. Sri Lanka will be placed on the global medical consumable devices production map for the first time. That ends Business News.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 Go sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners.
Taking a look at the economic news, the digital economy in Sri Lanka estimated to be 3.47 billion USD or 4.37% of GDP is gradually emerging. Sri Lanka's ICT BPM workforce is supposed to reach 300,000 from 125,000 in 2018, which would then support a 3 billion USD industry from the current 1 billion USD. Sri Lanka remains optimistic as its relatively developed digital landscape with more than 60% of the population owning mobile phones and about half of them with advanced digital smartphones. That ends Economic News.
Weather Report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, brings Nanasa app, a trilingual educational mobile app for online learning. With video-based lessons from grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with the Nanasa app. No subscription fees. Download via Google Play Store, App Store, Huawei Store or Windows. Dialogue, the future today.
Finally, it's a look at the weather report. The Met Department says showers will occur at times in Sabaragamuwa, northwestern, central and northern provinces. Several spells of showers will occur in Western Province and in Galle and Mathura districts. A few showers are likely in Northern Central Province. Showers or thundershowers may occur at a few places in Uva Province and in Ampara and Batiklo districts during the afternoon or night. Strong winds up to 50 kilometers per hour can be expected over the island. That was the weather report.
Weather Report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, brings Nanasa app, a trilingual educational mobile app for online learning. With video-based lessons from grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with the Nanasa app. No subscription fees. Download via Google Play Store, App Store, Huawei Store or Windows. Dialogue, the future today.
Prior to concluding this bulletin of news, the headlines once again. The Finance Minister says it is not possible to spend public money on state service for about another 1 year. New investment zones will be established for several sectors including organic fertilizer and medicine. Minister Bandula Gunawardana says that solution to the foreign exchange issue is to encourage exports. MP Vijitha Herath says that budget has not paid attention to development and welfare sectors. MP Snivadanand Sridharan points out that government could strengthen Sri Lanka's economy by working with Tamil diaspora investors. A survey on a Pavela phosphate deposit finds 25 million tons of phosphate. With that, we conclude the news. Over to my friend and certainly yours, who's all geared up to keep you entertained with a wonderful collection of music indeed. Over to you, Asanka.
Thank you, Sabrina. That was Sabrina Savahir bringing us the primetime news bulletin at 1:15. Wish you a very good weekend as well as a safe journey back home. This is Country Saturday.
Radio Sri Lanka is revamping your Saturday. Yes, it is Country Saturday. All day, every Saturday from 5:30 a.m. to 10 p.m.
97.4 and 97.6.
34 minutes down, 1 o'clock in the afternoon is the time right now. This is Radio Sri Lanka and you're listening to us on 97.4 and 97.6 FM. And on today's segment of India today, we have a Modi sari. PM says thanks to legendary Bengal weaver after his special gift. Padma Shri awardee and legendary Bengal weaver presented a special sari to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The sari had a painting of the Prime Minister addressing the citizens. Touched by this special gift, the Prime Minister took to Twitter to thank Bazak. He said, I quote, Shri Biren Kumar Bazak belongs to Nadia in West Bengal. He is a reputed weaver who depicts different aspects of Indian history and culture in his saris. During the interaction with the Padma awardees, he presented something to me which I greatly cherish, unquote. And moving on with more news from India today. Imposed 2-day lockdown. CJI Ramana tells Delhi government on pollution crisis. The Supreme Court pulled up the centre and state government while hearing a plea concerning air pollution in Delhi on Saturday. The court suggested imposing a 2-day lockdown in the city amidst worsening air quality. The plea was filed in the Supreme Court by 17-year-old Delhi student Aditya Dubey concerning rising levels of air pollution in the city. A special bench of CJI NV Ramana, Justice D.Y. Chandrachud and Justice Suryakant heard the petition on Saturday. Talking about the worsening air quality in Delhi, CJI Ramana said, "We have seen how bad the situation is. We are wearing masks even inside our homes." Solicitor General Tushar Mehta argued everyone is fighting their own battles, state center agencies. We have filed short summary of steps taken by everyone. On the problem of stubble burning, Tushar Mehta claimed that 5 steps have been taken. And also from India Today, this is something on saving environment, especially the beaches. How United Way Mumbai works towards improving beaches. On a cloudy morning in late September, around 40 female students gathered at Mumbai's Mahim beach to conduct a clean-up operation 2 days after the Ganesh festival. Working under the banner of United Way Mumbai, UWFM, an NGO, they picked up waste and handed it over to UWFM workers for segregation. The segregated waste was then transported to recycling centers. In 2017, UWFM began cleaning Mumbai's beaches to encourage people to take ownership of public spaces like the 16 kilometers of accessible beaches in the city. The NGO, part of the 130-year-old global organization United Way World, has so far engaged 11,000 volunteers in shore cleaning efforts and has educated 9,000 people about the city's rich marine life. It has cleared 343,000 kilograms of waste from the city's beaches and sent 98,000 kilograms to recycling centers. So that is from India Today, and up next we have lunchtime music.